Alright, so here today we actually have something very, very cool. So finally, after centuries, probably, let's say centuries, honestly, it has been a very long time since we've actually got an updated tier list here for a lot of the new characters and characters that just became better. Simply put, characters really got buffed when you have new releases. For example, to be Sparkling Summer Anise, many characters released and Mask got pushed up a lot because she became super useful. And for future, if any character skills the same way 2B does, that's a character who will keep changing. So for the tier list here, we finally have these characters updated and a crap ton of updates across the board. A pretty, like, the biggest changes in the tier list we've ever had. So let's jump into this. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's go through it and let's check it out. So again, keep in mind that we will be using Pridewind. Pridewind officially has updated it, and it's been ages, like, giving us this big of an upgrade, right? So now Boss Solo and Boss Additional tier list have been fully reworked. Previously, we try to emphasize the main strengths of each Nikke and assess them accordingly. This allows certain Nikkes to rank very high, but only for a specific purpose, causing a lot of misunderstanding. Therefore, in this update, we have decided to also consider the impact that each Nikke gives and analyze their overall usage in various game modes, including the recurrent, union raid, and solo raid. Remember that with each new unit release, this tier list might shift to adapt the new meta, which again, it's true. Masked has gotten a huge revive, and a few other characters have become very good due to the release of other characters, correct? And with the new content being solo raid being a main focus, a lot of characters also get upgraded because they need to be used in that content, and if you don't have them, well, you're missing out, correct? Right, that's the main point. In the following tier list, each unit is evaluated independently based on their burst sequence. For instance, avoid comparing burst 2 units and burst 3 units on the same rank. Instead, view each burst list separately from the rest. So, pretty basic, but that's 920. Let's go through this and let's check it out. Yeah. All right, so first up, this is Boss Solo. We have the tier list here. I also pulled up a video where we had the old tier list. This is also filtered by Boss Solo. So we'll see what the changes are. First up, for the SSS category, looks like Rapunzel got dropped down to SS, which is the main change there. We have these two still remaining in the SSS tier. Keep that in mind. Over here on the Burst 3 tier, a big change actually, okay? A lot changes, if you will. We have Alice now up here. We have Modernia up here. We have Noir up here. We have Sparkling Summer Anise. They officially dropped down 2B to SS and A2 to SS over here. Along with, so Guillotine was already down there. Scarlet dropped too. Snow White. Huh. And Maxwell. They just dropped half the roster there. They fell into the SS tier, which, there you go. Okay. On the tier over here, so Guilty, Dala, Senti. Big changes here too. Wow. So Guilty's no longer popped up here. They put her down here. Senti, but down here. Dala is still there. Biscuit's now instead here, and Mast is here. Okay, so Mast 100% is a very good character. You have to realize that she skills very high now because of the character's releases and stuff like that. So very top tier. I would say SS is correct. Still, I would say that for the most part. So also over here, no, mainly Rapunzel just dropped down. That's it, right? And then over here, volume got increased. Correct? Yeah. So that's what happened to this one. So bit of changes here. Miranda's over here. These ones are over here. Drake, Helm. Anybody get knocked down over here that I remember? No, I don't think Nero got changed too much. Quincy. So I don't know exactly the bottom tier list here how much changed. I don't think D was at B tier, so I think that's a change. And then Haran over here also dropped pretty heavily. I don't think she was B tier originally, so there are some changes here too, but that's what it's looking like. So any character that I'm shocked for, not really. Nilister is just still. Damn, bro. Nilister. Poor Nilister. Just gets shafted everywhere. But yeah, that's the tier list over on the Boss Solo side. I'm curious about additional targets, but I'm going to guess it's in a very similar range. Yep, the only change is you add Scarlet there and you swap off, what is it, Sparkling Summer Anise down here. Guillotine also drops. Mask drops heavily too. Mask goes over here to, or not Mask, but Mask does drop a little bit too. But, yeah, Senti over here, Dala over here. There are some decent changes here. So Aquamarine Helm drops here. Ludmilla pops up over here. This stays literally the same. This mainly stays the same, minus just dropping Sparkling Summer Anise. So yeah, they went through and they've changed a lot here. I don't know though. They consider A2 an SS character, but remember in Boss like Solo, she destroys majority of the bosses. You have to realize that, right? Like Train, she's breaking Train. Is it doing it more so like, I don't know. I mean, I agree. I could see what they're trying to do here. Is like Modernia is more so much more versatile. Like for example, A2 you simply just can't use her on Modernia. You just can't, right? Gravedigger you shouldn't, because you destroy the parts, and then after that the damage kind of falls off a little bit because there's no parts left to attack. Chatterbox you destroy, Blacksmith you destroy, Train you destroy, obviously. And yeah, so maybe that's why you're doing it. Solar Ray, if the boss has parts, A2 is going to be a carry. Though again, A2 needs a healer, so there's a few things that, you know, knock her down. Sparkly Summer Anise getting dropped in the additional targets is funny to me, but that makes sense. But let me know, are you rocking with this tier list? For the most part, there are some good points, correct? I'm happy they at least gave Mast some love, bro. Like, genuinely, I was waiting for Prion to finally update Mast. Like, it was clear that she became an actually very useful character, and majority of the comps for Solar Raid are now using her because she has so many characters to fit in that team that it's not even funny. So it was good to see her that, you know, finally jump up. I think Biscuit also, did she jump up? Yeah, Biscuit also jumped up, so Biscuit actually making a huge comeback here, which, by the way, she is a very good character. Definitely seeing a lot of play here, but again, in the content of Solar Raid, I know people don't play that. In my comments, I constantly see people complaining about Solar Raid being a terrible content, whatnot. But it's like, if you were to say it, if you've played the game for a while, you definitely at a point will kind of want to prioritize Solar Raid, right? It gives you a lot of gems. Like, the payout isn't that bad if you try to rank every time and, you know, aim towards it. Obviously, if you're a day 1 player, a day 120 player, a day 200 player, you might not be able to compete just yet. But after a little bit of time of like playing and doing everything, you'll get there. You will, right? It's gonna happen. So just know that. But like at this point right now, this last season and this current season, the one that we just finished, right? So the one before that was Sparkling Summer and East being the unit. Both those seasons, I actually very much placed very high. I did great for my standing. So remember, after all this time, I finally have so many units that are built and that can be used. So for me, I'm actually ranking and get some decent gems here every time it kicks up. So, for the most part, it is a content you want to focus on. And this list also is prioritizing some of that stuff while also prioritizing some stuff like Union Raid, which are two contents that people really focus on. So these units will get adjusted in that way, which is, again, perfectly fine. For Special Interception, a lot of players who are kind of day ones and even beyond that, they're getting so many new characters. Like think about it, Bunny Squad has made everything so much easier to where Special Interception really is a cakewalk for a lot of people in comparison, minus Train, dude. Train is still difficult, and even Gravedigger, people still have issues with that. But A2 helps me a crap ton clearing the content over there. So for the most part, if they do lean on more so saying Solar Raid and Union Raid, I understand why. A lot of players are also shifting to that, being to focus on that content. But let me know what you think here. How are these rankings? How are you feeling about everything? I'm very curious what the comments are saying here. But for the most part, I could agree on a lot of the changes. Giving like these characters dropping is understandable because, again, the way they're doing it is more so like, again, Blanc and Noir are going to be 100% there. Alice is going to be there. Alice is just a god tier damage dealer. Moderna is going to be there. Scarlet, I'm guessing, drops for what reason on solo? I don't know. She's still my SSS character. I don't think that changes, but she did drop. Sparkly Summer Anise, she's up there too. Right? Again, she does a lot of damage. Remember that she does more theoretically, and again more because she's buffing electric characters, which again is just in the long run. Like, I understand the placements, but let me know what you think about the Scarlet thing. It's gonna be pretty controversial. I don't know about that one, but beyond that, hey, let me know what you think. So pretty cool tier list. They've officially updated it after all this time. That's been it for me. I'll catch you the next one. Have fun, stay safe, peace, and enjoy. Let me know what you think, and yeah, that's it.